Hi everybody, Steve Hallstrom back here at Luther Family Ford. It's the December Salute to Law Enforcement, our last one of 2023 before we turn the page into a new year. Good to have you with us here as we salute law enforcement. So many great people, great agencies doing fantastic work here in our community. Before we get started with the ceremony today though, we do want to kind of send out a note of support and encouragement to our friends at the Mercer County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff's Office out in Mercer County. And we think of Deputy Paul Martin, who lost his life in the line of duty just a few days ago. And we love those guys, we support them, and want to send our best out there as they remember a fallen deputy who did such brave work in the face of a difficult situation. And that's why we're here, because the people that do that work to support and staff our cities and counties and everywhere around where we have people in our great state and in our great region. There's a need for good law enforcement. We're so thankful that we have it across North Dakota. My name is Steve Hallstrom, president and partner at Flag Family Media Fieldstone Group, and we're really excited to be here again to honor one of the great servants here in our community. Brian Mosier is the general manager here at Luther Ford. And Brian, I guess events of the last few days remind us how important the work is that these folks here do.
Absolutely. You know, like I say every time, these men and women keep us safe when things happen, and you never know when that's going to happen. So yeah, we really appreciate them.
Yeah, I see a lot of the bands across the badges here today, and we certainly understand and respect that. And thanks all of you for being here today too. We appreciate you guys and ladies too. So thank you for being here today. We are here honoring today in particular the West Fargo Police Department under the leadership of a new police chief. The first time that we've had Chief Nielsen with us here today. We'll be hearing from Pete in just a moment. But Pete, thanks for being here today, and thanks for helping us get all this here set up. We sure appreciate that. And the men and the women of the West Fargo Police Department serve us so well. And as we say, when one part of our community is supported and taken care of by law enforcement, it really makes a difference across our entire metro area. So we're really thankful for these local heroes. So with that being said, it's time to meet the honoree for the December ceremony here. And I'm happy to introduce you this morning to Chaplain Vern Baardson. Let's give a big hand to Vern for being the honoree today. All right, Vern, what does this honor mean to you to be able to be here today and have the support of these great people?
Well, I was completely shocked when I got the call from Commander Dura that I'd been selected. Feel pretty undeserving. These are the guys that do all the hard work. We just get the blessing of coming alongside and trying to care for them. So I'm very honored.
Well, they care very much about you too, and that's why we're here today. So a job well done to you. So let me tell you a little bit about Vern, and then we'll hear more from him. And he was nominated by Sergeant Tyler Williams. So thank you, Tyler, for the nomination. And the nomination reads this way: to whom it may concern, I would like to nominate Chaplain Vern Baardson for the AM 1100 The Flag Salute to Law Enforcement. Chaplain Vern has volunteered as a police chaplain with the West Fargo PD since 2007. During his time as police chaplain, Vern has accumulated over 2,800 volunteer hours in service to the West Fargo Police Department. Chaplain Vern assists the West Fargo PD with a variety of difficult calls, including unattended deaths, death notifications, domestic violence, sexual assaults, and a multitude of additional incidents. Chaplain Vern also plays a critical role in our peer support team as he speaks with officers, family members, and those impacted by tragedies and critical incidents in our community. Police chaplains play a crucial role in supporting both the department and the community during times of tragedy. The entire chaplain team is often called upon to provide emotional and spiritual support to officers and their families, as well as to victims and their loved ones. Chaplain Vern has also been instrumental in growing the chaplains program at the West Fargo Police Department with the addition of his wife Casey, as well as Chaplain Tammy Christ and Chaplain Tim Brown. The team of chaplains has been nationally recognized for their ongoing dedication in service to others. The West Fargo Police Department's entire team of chaplains, led by Chaplain Vern, play a valuable role at West Fargo Police Department and is instrumental assisting with difficult calls in our community. Chaplain Vern has been instrumental in helping our police department and community through good times and also assisting in times of tragedy. His dedication, compassion, and commitment to service make a difference in the lives of those he serves, and his contributions to our community will continue to make an impact for years to come. Thank you, Vern, and all you do for all of us here at West Fargo Police Department. So, Vern, I got to ask you, how did this idea come about that you wanted to be a chaplain here and serve the West Fargo Police Department?
Well, it came as a surprise right out of the chute. Arlen Rasmussen was the chief. Those years, I got a phone call. I'd never met Arlen, and he said, "I'm wondering if you'd have time for coffee." Somebody gave me your name, and that cup of coffee then moved us to attending a Citizens Police Academy, and after that I was invited initially to come alongside as a chaplain, and then my wife, a year or two later, they recognized her gifts and being able to care in really tough situations, and so that's really how it started.
Tell me a little bit about going through what so many of these officers do as they are going through, as we know, very difficult times. It's a very difficult job. What's it like to come alongside them during those difficult times?
Yeah. Well, usually if we get a call, it's because someone at the scene has requested a chaplain. So as we're driving, we're praying that God will prepare our hearts for the situation we're stepping into. Usually I'll find the lead officer just so I know exactly what's going on in the situation, and then get direction from them who we need to come alongside and care for. Sometimes it's a spouse, sometimes it's a child, sometimes it's a mom, and we'll just try to care for that person who's going probably through one of the toughest situations they've ever gone through in their lives. As we care for them, though, we also try to be a liaison to our officers at the scene. Sometimes it's as simple as providing phone numbers, addresses, contact information, and then often these families will have a lot of questions, and so we can field some of those questions. If I don't know, then we'll ask the officer to provide that information to the family. So that's what happens at the scene. Depending on the situation, though, especially with loss of a child, we found those are probably the most impactful for our officers. We have a lot of young moms and dads in our department, and so when we're done at the scene, we usually will head right back to the PD and just try to stay in contact, especially with those who are at the scene, and then try to follow up in the days ahead. So,
some difficult work, but I imagine some fulfilling work for you as well.
Oh, it's incredibly difficult, but also a privilege. I think for both my wife Casey and I, as we began this work, to see the combination of professionalism and compassion that our officers bring to those situations, it blew us away. We just thought, how can they do this every day and still be that tender in those kinds of situations? So we just feel so honored to be a part of West Fargo Police Department and to care for our officers and their families. They're pretty special to us.
Well, what does it mean to you today to see all of them here supporting you today as well? That's got to be pretty meaningful.
Yeah, it really is. I hope there's no crime going on in West Fargo right now because they're all here. So, no, it's really means a lot that they take time out of their day to come and encourage us this way. So thanks, you guys.
Chief, I want to ask you a little bit about Vern as well. And by the way, welcome to this ceremony. First time we've had you as the chief. So thanks for being here, and congratulations on your promotion. Tell us a little bit about Vern and what he means to your team.
Well, like Vern said, back in 2007, actually I was a training officer. So him, along with Casey, came in and started volunteering their time. So I've been with Vern since 2007 and watched him take the program, watched it grow, watched it become what it is now, which is a very powerful 4-person crew. Vern, Casey, the rest of the chaplains, they mean everything to our police department. I don't think our police department could operate the way it does without them. Vern, Casey, and Tim and Tammy, they all come in. They're happy. They're, you know, what happens is after the calls for service, they tend to come and ride and check with the officers, and they're riding with them and just providing that spiritual support that they may need.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how things are going in West Fargo right now. What are some of the trends you're seeing, and how are we doing? Are we behaving ourselves in West Fargo pretty well these days?
Yeah, I think everybody's behaving themselves very well. Some of the things that tend to pick up at this time of the year are some of the package thefts, some of the running vehicles that become stolen vehicles. Those types of things start to increase at this time of the year, and then as holiday season approaches and as we get into full swing, sometimes these become stressful to families, and when those families, the stress becomes, you know, some possible domestic violence stuff. So we just encourage everybody to, you know, be with their family, their friends, and try to make sure that the holiday season is special for them.
Yeah. How many officers do you have on the staff right now?
We are allotted 76, and come January we'll be allotted 78 officers.
Okay. And are you about full staff right now, or a few under that? Where are you at right now?
We're a few under. I think we're about 4 under. Come January we'll be 6, but we do have some backgrounds that are out right now, and with hopes that we could be at full strength sometime after the new year.
Yeah, fantastic. We hope that comes along well for you. Yeah, we sure need that. No question about that. It is something that we really enjoy being here, and as Brian had said earlier, it means so much to our community when we've got great law enforcement serving us here. And Brian, we've been doing this now for a few years, but it never gets old having these great folks come in through the doors here, get a chance to say thank you to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's amazing how many people showed up today. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, too bad it wasn't 70 degrees out, but
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, we're all here, and you know, it's hard to believe it's the end of the year already.
Yeah,
it really
no
is.
kidding. Yeah.
Already December. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Brian, we thank you and your team for having us over here each time and making this possible too. It means an awful lot. So thanks for supporting this the way that you do. So Brian and his team also donate a $100 gift card for services here at Luther Family Ford. And Vern, you have a very special organization that you'd like to pay that forward to. Tell us about that.
Right. I didn't know about that gift until I got here today. So we're going to pay that forward to a group here in Fargo called Unseen. And they work with groups that are rescuing children mostly out of human trafficking around the world. And that has a special place in our hearts because our son is the co-founder of Unseen. They're about 10 years old in ministry, and I think they're in about 24 or 25 countries now.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
how far they've got.
it's been amazing to see the lives being changed. So we're really grateful to be able to pay that forward. Brian, thank you so much. And yeah.
Yeah, amazing work that they do in some of the most difficult and dark situations imaginable as well. Sandy's Donuts also saying thank you to the people involved here today. We'll be delivering some goodies to Luther Family Ford and also to the West Fargo Police Department. We've created an honoree section on our website, am1100theflag.com, where you can read more about Vern and see all of the honorees that we've done in this program going back a few years ago. And in the days ahead, we'll be inviting Vern to join us on the Need to Know Morning Show with Kevin and Alex on AM 1100 The Flag for a radio version of this program as well. The last thing we like to say is that at our company, when law enforcement takes action and it makes the news, we give the benefit of the doubt to the men and women who've gone through all of that training to serve us and protect our community. And we support them and encourage them and want to stand behind them in whatever way that we can. So that'll do it for the Luther Family Ford December salute to law enforcement. One more time, let's give a big round of applause to Chaplain Vern Baardson. And we'll see you back here next time in January in 2024 here on the Luther Family Ford Salute to Law Enforcement on am1100theflag.com. Take care, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. All right, big smile for a second here. Thanks, everybody. Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming out today.